Before walking into a random tattoo studio and trusting some guy named Alex who says that he knows how to tattoo, let's figure out if he actually knows what he's doing. How do you do that is the big question everybody wants to know, and I'm gonna help you answer today. Well, finding a tattoo artist that works for you is the same thing as swiping on Tinder, except instead of wondering if Joel from Auburn has a heroin problem before you go out and get Chinese food with him, because of that weird object on the floor in his third photo, that weird spoon-looking thing next to his old Nike shoes, you know that Joel from the tattoo studio is addicted to needles and he really wants to stick them into you. Well, maybe not addicted to needles. That would not be good for a tattoo artist to be addicted to needles. Could you imagine walking into a tattoo studio and there's just needles on the wall instead of art? That would be creepy. That would be the first red flag. That's the first lesson you're going to learn from me today. By the end of this video, you will find somebody who can properly and professionally stick things into you. This is important because we all, at one point or another, have been scrolling on Instagram or Pinterest, and we've seen a tattoo that we absolutely fallen in love with, and it's inevitable. Right now, there are so many artists out there posting their work, and with the internet, everything you see in your feed is curated to your aesthetic and your interests. So even if you don't like tattoos or you've never even thought of getting one for yourself, it's very likely that one day you've came across one that looks like something you would get. In addition to there being so many artists on the internet now, tattoos aren't weird anymore. So now when you are in Walmart buying weird looking chicken, on top of there being so many artists out there that would love to work on your skin, tattooing isn't weird anymore. Tattooing isn't taboo. Tattoos are cool and they're for everybody. So now when you're in Walmart and you see somebody with full sleeves, you no longer associate them with somebody who spends their Tuesday nights sitting crisscross applesauce kissing ass to the devil. Tattoos are cool. Tattoos are fun. Moms can have them. Teachers can have them. Chefs can have them. Pastors can have them. It's like STDs. That was so inappropriate. So why not get a tattoo? Or 400? Well, the thing that stops a lot of people from getting a tattoo is not being confident that they'll find an artist that they can trust. What most people do is they Google tattoo shops near them, find one with over 4 stars, and set up an appointment. Which works, and if you pick an artist that you've researched well or somebody who is popular on Instagram in a specific niche, then that method will probably work out for you. But I'm here to tell you why you should listen to my advice and watch this full video before you spontaneously go to a tattoo studio. I have a tattoo on my arm right here that is scarred on the top because the artist went too deep into my epidermis. I have a tattoo on my back that looks like it's from Scribblenauts and it doesn't fit my body at all. I also have a thigh piece that doesn't wrap all the way around. Some of these design flaws are due to bad communication on my part, but when you get a bad tattoo, most of the responsibility for that lands in the hands of the artist. If you disagree with this, it's the same thing as going to a doctor's office with a broken nose and then telling them how they should fix it. A doctor that can't communicate well will look at you, not listen to a thing you say, punch you in the face, and then kick you out the door, and then they'll throw a Band-Aid out the window at you and say, "Bye, bitch." And guess what? you probably won't give them a bad review because you asked for a tattoo and you got a tattoo. We're still talking about tattoo artists, by the way, not doctors. They fix your nose. This is going fucking crazy. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Hopefully. I don't know. All right. However, a good artist will communicate with you and will collaborate with you and will make you feel comfortable during the whole entire process. And that, for some reason, is extremely hard to find. You would think it wouldn't be hard to find an artist that matches those 3 criteria, but it is. And there is more criteria that I like to have in a tattoo artist, and I haven't found an artist that fits everything yet, but that's asking for too much. So we're just going to try to ask for the bare minimum and find the bare minimum so you don't get a bad tattoo. I will say that some people in the tattooing community will disagree with every single thing I just said. And that's fine. To quote my friend Max, most people nowadays have no idea what the culture of tattooing is. To me, spending 3 months to plan a tattoo from someone who charges $200 an hour and works out of a private studio in Seattle is not tattoo culture. I love going to a random shop in a big city and getting a shitty little tattoo. It's about memories and living, not getting exactly what you want. And I agree. Spontaneity and fun are a huge part of tattoo culture. But people forget that it is a medical procedure. Medical procedure. You do not want a sketchy ass artist doing a medical procedure. It's in your body and it's not even just the fact that it's on you forever. You're sitting in somebody's chair and they're putting needles into you. You should get someone that knows what they're doing. Alright, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but what you are first going to want to do is pick a style that suits you. So here's some styles of tattooing, just a couple of examples. You're going to want to Google search each individual one and get a wide variety of styles because every artist has their own special twist to it. So look at these for a couple minutes and pick one. For the sake of this video, we are going to choose Realism. So what you're going to do is type into Google, Realism tattoo artists near me. This makes it already more specific than just saying tattoo artists near me. Alright, and then a bunch of them are going to come up. Some are going to be advertisements, some are not, but you're just going to click to more businesses. So we have Ghost Line, Sacred Soul, Derm X Tattoo, Life Sentence Tattoo, blah, 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 blah. If you want ink on your arm, I recommend sticking to one style because for me personally, that is what I think looks best. But do whatever you want, and I'll walk you through my mindset as I research these. So the 3 websites that I pick are, and this is such a scientific method, one scary name, one cool sounding name, and the third one is a weird or a funny name, because those are 3 aesthetics you will find in tattoo studios near you, and each place usually runs their business a little differently. So depending on your needs, I think this will be a good representation of the 3 different kinds of tattoo studios that you will most likely see. Okay, so looking here, I think Paradox sounds cool, so we're gonna open that one. And we're gonna keep looking. It's okay to go onto the second page of Google. Don't think that you can't. Ink stained looks nice. So we got a cool sounding one and we got a weird sounding one, and now we need, what was the third one? And now we need a scary one. Alright, let's do Ghost Line. Alright, and then I tend to get distracted while researching, so I like to pull up a little reminder for Realism tattoo style. Style. And then look up images. So we're looking up, Realism is short for photorealism, if you didn't know. So it's basically just something that looks real, which is actually really hard to do in a tattoo. So we're going to be very, very picky with our artist. Let's start off with Ghost Line, which is our scary tattoo shop. So for Ghost Line, first impression, there's a skeleton, not too surprising, that's a common aesthetic, But what is surprising, and I just kind of noticed right away on this page, is there's a little girl in a Halloween costume on the back, and I think it's super, super cute. But more importantly, does she have like a cut off hand? What is that? Anyway. More importantly, what I see there is this could be a family business, which is usually a good vibe. What I like to do while researching is I like to look at their bio to figure out what their business message is. No, what is it called? What is a business message called? I don't remember, and it's okay. So, based off of this, we're going to scroll down. Looks like there is a little video. I'll get to that in a minute. But there is a bio. All right, and the bio says, we aim to make your tattoo an inviting and friendly experience while not sacrificing precision and efficiency. That is very, very good to hear. I hope they live up to those explanations. I just noticed they're like, we have a friendly and inviting experience, and then there's this guy just... All right, so if we scroll down, we can see some of the artists and a little brief description of them. But before I look at the specific artist, I like to look at the shop itself. I really like that they have a photo booth inside of their studio. It looks like that's why we're getting this like really deep contrast where they're in a dark room but with really bright lighting. I think it looks really, really good on fresh tattoos. I'm not seeing too many healed tattoos, which sucks, but I'm not surprised because there's usually not a lot of healed tattoos shown on Instagram, unfortunately. But this looks professional so far, even though I can't see. Oh, their story might have a photo of their shop. This might be good. Ooh, okay. Kind of peep in there real quick. Oh, shoot. All right, it looks very clean. I'm not seeing, what I usually look for is plastic wrap on everything because that shows that they are a single-use business, and the environmental part of me is like, no, I don't want a single use, but my tattoo part of me says single-use everything. So keep that in mind. All right, we're gonna move on really quick to Ink Stain Tattoo and check them out. So here is Ink Stain Tattoo. I like this purple color. Totally unrelated, but I like that. It says clean, sterile, unique atmosphere, 100% disposable. Like I said earlier, that is a good thing. Organic and vegan ink. Don't know if that matters. And then Washington State certified. That's good. It's always good to see awards. Love that. It's women owned, looks like. No social media. That's a red flag. All right, sometimes they don't have social media on their website, so I guess we will just manually look for it. All right, so I expected realism, and this is not realism. The only photo that I can find of the shop at Ink Stained is this one in the middle, and the floor looks clean, sort of. There's no plastic wrap on the chair. Can't really tell anything else. They're using gloves. That's good. Yeah, this looks a little sketchy. I don't think I would go to Ink Stain Tattoo at all. So let's go to the next one, which is Paradox. Remember, we're still looking for someone who can do realism. So let's look at Paradox. This website looks very nice. Social media is listed at the top, which is a very good sign. Shopping cart is a good sign, which means people are fine promoting their company for free, which is good. It says 3 of their artist books are closed, which is actually really good news. It means they're successful. Now, I know Whitney because I went to this shop before. I don't know her personally, but I've researched her before, and I know that she is pretty famous in the tattooing industry for her realism as well as her geometric designs. This is the type of artwork that you would probably see on Pinterest and Instagram, which goes to remind you that a lot of the work that you will see on the explore pages on the social media sites are the best of the best, and it's really easy to walk into a random shop and expect them to do work that you've seen on Pinterest or Instagram, but keep in mind that you have to look for the quality in their portfolios. It's always good to see awards. It looks like Whitney, as I said earlier, has a ton of awards, and Chantel has a lot. Okay, so real quick, let's go back to Ghostline because we never did look at the portfolios on Ghostline. Oh, and I also never showed you the video. Let's look at the video. Kind of interesting that the placement of the tattoo on their home video is of a woman's ass. Weird. Okay, this image right here makes me so uncomfortable. It's not necessarily that it's bad, but it definitely goes to show just like messiness, and then with the rap music, it's like, oh, this place is so cool, but I'm looking for a place that looks like a hospital, that looks like sterile, clean, that does look sick, and I like the negative work, but that does look so sick, oh my god. So they know what they're doing, but this is one of the places where it's not going to be warm and friendly. If you're okay with that, then go here. If not, don't. Okay, so it says Andy has space tattoos, so he's not realism. Angel says he does black and gray realism. This one's like a really dark image, so I can't really tell, but like I said earlier, dark images are good. I like the shading and the shape of the hand. The eyes look so bright that I want to say they're edited, but it's hard to tell. This looks alright. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't really have the features of a woman. Now, this one I wanted to show you guys. This tattoo on Tatisms, when you look at it, first impression, I think it looks great, but if you zoom up on it, some of the line work at top is a little wonky. The snake looks pretty cool, but one thing I want to point out is the necklace is crooked looking, and these are weird fingers. But then I see this one and I'm like, that looks awesome. So okay, to wrap this up, I'm honestly not seeing any one that I 100% trust, but I would definitely consider going with Tatsassin at Ghostline if you don't care too much about like a cozy environment and you just want something that's good. I think he could produce something pretty well. Or I would really recommend waiting for somebody like Whitney to open up for realism, because I think it'd be worth it at the end of the day. Hopefully that was enough to be able to help you figure out the thought process while choosing a tattoo artist.